Hi guys, this is Lalana. Thanks for tuning into the Sovereign Path. So today we're going to talk about the process. So when we're going through the spiritual awakening and we're being triggered by the masculine aspect, our twin flame counterpart, and we're moving through these cycles of feeling like, I just want to escape from this. I just want to run from this. I just want to push this away. I just want to detach from this. I just want to, let this go. I just want to do anything I can to remove myself, right? This is how the ego feels generally. I want to remove myself from the way that this is making me feel. And so we adapt to sort of all of these protocols, all of these escape hatches, all of these things that I talk about in a lot of my videos, because we don't want to necessarily come face to face with the mirror. We don't really want to see the reflection. And the irony in this path, right, the paradox that I'm always talking about in this path is, the truth of it is that facing the reflection, facing the mirror, really being with the self, really noticing what the twin is reflecting back, really having the awareness to stay in it and to process it and to be with it and to accept it for what it is, what I'm seeing now being reflected back to me, what I'm feeling now coming up through me, right? The awareness that I have that this is an abandonment wound, this is a mother wound, this is a father wound, right? This is something that I've been running my whole life. This is some sort of unworthy piece. This is a piece that's had me playing perfectionist roles. This is a piece that's had me in victim consciousness. And it goes on and on and on. It takes a lot of courage to see that, right? It takes a lot of courage to see it. It takes a lot of courage to own it. It takes a lot of courage to release it. It takes a lot of courage to process it, to move through it, to be in it. And the thing is about the awakening and about the twin flame path is we are releasing all of that, right? All of the suffering, all of the ways that we have been sabotaging ourselves, not knowing it, all of the ways that we've been playing small, all of the ways that we thought were self-loving, but were actually on some level just sort of putting band-aids over bullet wounds, right? We're releasing that. And in order to release that, that comes up for us to see it, hence the Kundalini rising. It pushes up for us to see all of the shadow, all of the unconscious aspect of us. It gets reflected back through the mirror from the divine masculine, all of these unconscious aspects. And so naturally, per our defense mechanisms that we have been using for most of our lives, if not all of our lives, these things immediately erect back up. The walls erect back up. The blocks erect back up. The defense mechanisms come back online. I want to push you away. I want to run from this. I want to escape from this. All of that stuff is what we have been using to navigate separation consciousness and all of our perceived woundings and subconscious patternings for all of our life, potentially past lifetimes as well. And so this is all a normal reaction. But like I'm saying, the thing about this is the only way to move through that, the only way to get past that, the only way to get out of that for the escape that potentially you are searching for is to actually be in it. And I think, clearly that's one of the most uncomfortable aspects of this, and one of the most important as well. I coach a lot of people. I love you guys all so, so much. I just love and adore all the people that I work with. And sometimes this will come up in my coaching and there'll be just so much fear coming up through someone, or it'll be so much pain, and I'll hear a lot like, this is so hard. Why is this so hard? Or I'll hear things like, I feel like I'm in so much pain, or, you know, this is just scaring me so much, you know, to shift and to see these things. And I find myself asking all the time when these things come up, like, what are you afraid of? You know, what are you afraid of? What is making you feel like this, right? What is it about this that feels hard? What is it about this that's making you feel so much pain that's coming up, right? All of these things that are coming up within us, and those defense mechanisms that are immediately stepping to the forefront, that are saying, this is so hard to let go of my pain. This is so hard to let go of my suffering. This is so hard to actually change from the beliefs that I've had. It's so hard to like release myself from believing that I've been abandoned, to release myself from, you know, running all of these subconscious programs. It's so hard for me to release it. It's the ego that feels that way. The higher self doesn't feel that way because the higher self has never been that, right? The higher self experienced it. But the ego is the one that is really, really embroiled in believing that it is you, that this is you, that all of these things are you, right? And the inner child all this time is just sort of screaming out, like, you know, looking for all of these externalities to make it, you know, to make it feel loved again, to make it feel seen, to make it feel safe, to make it feel worthy, right? And in those moments, we have to remind ourselves that what's really feeling hard, besides the ego blocking and doing all of these mechanisms and all of these sort of things, is that that inner child is saying, I don't know how to get what I need. I don't know how to get what I need that I felt that I didn't have, or I felt that I'd lost in childhood, right? Or in adolescence, or in that first romantic relationship that I felt, you know, broke my heart. Whatever it is that we're moving through, it's those younger aspects of us that are clinging hard to the things that it knows, and at the same time creating so much pain because it doesn't know how to release that. And so it's looking to you as the adult, right? The little you is looking to the big you to give it the love that it needs, the love that it feels that it never had, the love that it's been searching for in romantic partner after romantic partner, you know, after friendship, after job, right? After success, after money, after familial relationships, you know, through your dad, through your mom. All of these things that the inner child has been searching for, it can actually only find within you. That's where it's looking, right? So have those awarenesses that those ego blocks that are coming up and all of those things that are saying, like, I need to escape, I need to run, I need to go to the next thing, I need to move on, right? I hear this a lot. If I could just move on, if I could just get out of this twin flame thing, if I could just let them go and move on with my life and date other people and all of these things, right? Those are the defense mechanisms that are natural and normal when we're running subconscious woundings. But the whole purpose of this path, the whole purpose of awakening, is to release you from that need to feel that you have to escape, to feel that you have to run, right? It's to release you from that program where the inner child is feeling so desperate to be loved and seen and heard that it's looking to any escape mechanism or any escape hatch to feel that, to know that you're worthy, that you're not rejected, that you're seen, that you're loved, that you're heard, all of those things, right? This entire path is asking you to see it, to feel it, and to let it go, to love it, and to let it go. This path, I say this all the time, this is why I talk about inner union for the most part, and the middle to the latter half of this path, when you're actually coming into freedom again, when you're actually coming into the truth of self-love, not self-love that we, think it is with bubble baths and manicures and pedicures and buying ourselves flowers. All of those things are wonderful, but that just absolutely scratching the surface of what you will feel when you anchor back into the truth of the love that you are. And so inner union, which I talk about all the time, as I said, is shifting you out of these, programs that are making you feel like you need to escape, that you feel like you need to run, that you feel like you can't be in the present moment, that you feel like you're always in the past and the future and the past and the future, and you're going back and forth and back and forth. And it's scary to just be here now, right? It's scary to just be with what it is now and accept what it is now, accept what we're feeling now. And to be in that moment where in this moment, I feel sad now, I feel angry now, I feel whatever it is now, frustrated now, abandoned now, rejected now, right? And in that moment, feeling that, and then also giving that as the adult that you are, as the adult that has the higher awareness now of this path, as the adult that's understanding what this path is doing, what it's pulling through, what it's bringing you to, the purpose of it, that adult giving your inner child what he or she needs in those moments is paramount, right? Not allowing the ego to override all of these things again, not allowing the ego to pull you into all of these different escape hatches, but actually being in the present moment of saying, I am feeling pain right now, and I'm going to allow myself to feel this, but I'm also going to give myself the love, the validation, the worthiness that I feel on some level I didn't receive as a child, and so I'm going to give my inner child that. When you move deeper and deeper into this is when all the perceived woundings release. This is when you actually start to hit and anchor and feel the truth of what self-love is, the depths of what real self-love is, real freedom in love is, that doesn't have those attachments, that doesn't feel that need to run, that doesn't feel that need to get out from under things, that doesn't feel the need to have the twin back in order to feel whole again, in order to feel the truth of love again, right? Being in that processing state is a scary thing. Feeling these emotions come up, it's uncomfortable, Having that awareness that I am actually releasing these subconscious programs and I am loving myself through every single second of it is basically foreign to most of us, right? These are things that we are relearning. They are things that we are coming back to. And as I've said before, on this path, we're not becoming anything. We're remembering what we have always been. And so we are removing the masks, we're removing the layers, we're removing the escape hatches, we're removing all of those places that we have been afraid of love, the truth of love, right? We've been afraid of it because we haven't remembered what it is, we haven't remembered what we are. And so when we continue to give ourselves love, when we continue to give our inner child love, when we stop running from things, when we stop trying to escape, but when we just sit in our own love, we give our inner child love, this is when that inner love, that inner peace, that inner union, it starts to anchor more and more. It starts to deepen. You genuinely start to come back into the remembrance that I am that. I am love. I am love. I have always been love. Not romantic love, not platonic love, but the truth of love, right? The truth of unconditional love, the truth of love as a frequency. This is what allows you to really anchor more and more into the remembrance of who you are, into the remembrance, into the embodiment of the love that you are. So this video is to really remind you guys, I know how scary it is to feel these things. I know how scary it is to be in the process of all of this stuff coming up to the surface. And you're having these reflections in the mirror and the twin and other people around you and all of this stuff, and it just feels so overwhelming, right? But continue to remind yourself that this is happening to free you from the suffering. It's happening to set you loose. And so as often as you can, just really being with the process that's going through, not allowing your mind to tell all the stories and go in all the rabbit holes and go into the past and the future and what coulda, shoulda, you know, woulda, didn't, and oh God, and all that kind of stuff that the mind likes to play, and just be with the love that is you. That takes some practice for a lot of us because, as I said, we forgot what that was, but that's what this path is bringing you back to. It's the love that is pouring up from within you that is coming back online, right? So allow that to come through. Allow yourself to feel that. Allow yourself to be in the present moment of just feeling, right? Of being in the body, of allowing things to come up, of opening your heart space. As I say all the time, continue to keep your heart space open. Continue to keep your heart space open. So I hope that that helps some of you guys. I hope that that, you know, is feeling more and more aligned as you move through the path, so that you feel less and less of the need to run and the need to escape, and the need to sort of block and shut off. I've done a lot of videos around detachment, you know, detoxing, blocking, all of those sort of things, and the importance to really feel and allow what's coming up, so that you allow it to come through you, so you allow yourself to transmute this energy, to transmute this emotion, instead of tamping it down and potentially doing things that we have done in the past, like I say, that have just sort of created more masks, more blocks, more defense mechanisms. These are the things that we are moving away from. So do your best not to create more of that then you have to go through more layers of removing that as you go down the line, right? Allow yourself to feel what's coming up. Allow yourself to be in it, right? Allow yourself to be purified, alchemized. That's what's happening here. And in order to allow that alchemy to take place, we actually have to be in it. We actually have to be in that present moment, right? Without the story, without the mind doing all of the stuff, right? Allow these emotions to come through you. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to start remembering that you are an energetic conduit, that you are an energetic being, that you naturally know how to transmute emotion, that you naturally know how to be in your energy all the time and to be in that free flow state. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you have an awesome day.